business focus. Join us on the journey where innovation meets inspiration, where lifestyle meets leisure, and where business thrives. Change is here. Z Multimedia and Business Platform.
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Immortal. Wale, send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Abrami boy, me many marabiadia. I just want food. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Yeah, send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Me say open to quiet on London. Me I just want food. Jaja send your blessing come down. Yeah. Me my brother jealousy. Me na go pony me casa. Me my brother jealousy. Me na go pony me casa. Send me kwana me yana. What you eat? Send your blessing come down. 1 2 1 2 every day talking naughty. Woman, you miss a bump panache. Woman, you miss a bump panache. My amadan. Wale, daddy, send your blessing, come down. 1 2 1 2 what? Every day talking naughty. Woman, you miss a bump panache. Woman, you miss a bump panache. My amadan. Wale, daddy, send your blessing, come down.
Welcome to I Have a Story to Tell on ZFM 101.9. And my name is Fritz BAFFOUR. I'm your host. And today it's a double treat because I have two guests. I've got Raphael Jotape and Kobi Connie, also known as Francis Connie. And they are the owners of Rafcob Tasty Foods Limited. And they're going to tell us their story. Welcome to the program, Raphael.
Thank you, sir.
And Kobi.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Raphael, I'm going to go to you. You are one of the directors of Rafcob Tasty Foods.
Yes, please.
And that is at
Pokwasi Katapo.
Pokwasi Katapo.
Yes, please.
Yes. So what is Rafcob Tasty Foods? What do you do?
When you talk about Rafcob Tasty Food, we are in a meat process business.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. But that's all we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about you.
Okay.
Because you guys have come a long way And as he said, Ralph Cobb Tasty Foods actually makes some very nice and delicious sausages that are sold on the streets of Accra and in top supermarkets through out Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah. Ralph, you don't come from Accra, do you? So can you tell us about your background? I mean, where were you born, and if I'm right?
Okay. I was born at Abo, Vota region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you went to school?
I went to school at Abonopemi.
Where's that?
Abonopemi at Vota region.
Yes, that I know it, down the road from
Abo.
Abo, yes. I've been to that primary school.
Yes.
And what about you, Kobe?
My name is Francis Condi, but
Yeah.
they usually call me Kobe because I was born on Tuesday.
So was I. So.
Sure.
And today is your day.
Yes. And I was born in Ashanti region.
Oh, I see.
Konongo Odumasi, a village near Odumasi called Ohenekwanta.
I see.
Yes. When you get to Konongo, you go to Odumasi, then from Odumasi you go to Ohenekwanta. That's where I was born.
And did you go to school in
Yes,
Ohenekwanta?
I went to school at Odumasi LA Primary School. Then at age 8, my mother took me to Eastern Region, Bososo. So that is why I went to GSS over there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Ben, what made you come to Accra? First, I'll talk to Ralph.
Well, after school, I decided to go. I decided to go and learn work.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to Accra.
So what sort of work do you? When
When I was coming, I said I will learn carpentry.
I see.
From there, my have changed.
Oh, I see.
So one day I was at a bench when I was working,
Yeah.
and a lady came to me and asked me if I get a job, I would do. And I said yes. And I asked him, what kind of job? He says meat processing. I said, okay, no problem. I'm ready. I can do it.
So you were doing carpentry, learning carpentry at the
Yeah,
time?
at the same time, but the work is not coming like how I want it.
Oh, so you were just sitting down
Yeah,
and then
sitting
somebody comes
down.
up to you and tells you that I'm going to give you a job, meat processing. But
Yeah.
did you know at the time what meat processing was?
So when she talked, I thought it's how the market people did their own
Yeah.
cutting with the bones and things. But when I went, it was house one, how you buy the meat from the market, brought it in the house, you grind it in the machine, take it to this meat, and you supply it to the restaurant.
I see.
Yes, that's how we start. with
So
my
that's
boss.
how you started.
Yeah.
And what about you, Kobe? How did
Actually,
you get to Accra? You didn't come as a carpenter, did you?
no, I didn't come as a carpenter. After GSS, I was brought to Accra, and our house, we stayed at Taifa, actually.
Right.
And I decided to further my education. So I got an admission into Achimota Business College.
Right.
So I did business over there.
Right.
And after school, there was no help. So I was just following one of my uncles around, and fortunately, one of my uncles was also working in the company where Ralph was working.
I see.
Yes. So I think in the sausage industry, when you get to December, it is always hot cake.
I see.
So they usually employ people for packaging. So I was actually called to come for the packaging department.
Right.
So from the packaging department, in fact, because it was casual,
Yes.
after Christmas you need to go.
Yes.
Yes, but as I went there, I was hardworking. So the security man, when it was time for us to go, the security man talked to the boss that this guy is really serious, so you can maintain him. So they kept me there, and then they pushed me to the senior side, the processing department.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
I went to meet Ralph there as my senior.
Yes.
Yes. So he was already there as my senior. They were working before I came. So I joined them, and That was where the story started.
Oh, I see. Okay, before we continue the story, what was the first song that you selected? Because, yeah.
We said Onyamia Yebi by Mama Esther.
Onyamia Yebi by Mama Esther. That is the song that was selected by Ralph and Francis Cobby.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Well, this is I Have a Story to Tell on ZFM 101.9, and my guests today are Raphael and Cobby, who are the directors of Raf Cobb Tasty Foods, their meat processing firm in Katapo, which is very near Pokwasi. And they've been telling us a story. Raf says he's from a Boer, and Cobby, well, said he grew up near Konongo, Dumasi, came to Accra, and then both of them, by some strange chance, I'm sure that's why they played that song, that gospel song, by divine intervention, found themselves working for a meat processing firm. They got together and became friends. So they became partners. But how did you become partners? So what happened? You met at the place, and what happened?
Yeah, what happened is that on the long side of the work,
yeah,
I was the senior, so yeah. It's like I know most of the things
that we were doing there.
Right.
So I decided, I can try on this thing and see if we can do it.
On your own?
On my own.
Yeah.
So I start small in the house. And there I said, no, me alone cannot do it.
Right.
So I need partner. So I talked to him. So he understand. And that's where we get to make a friend.
All right. This program is about inspiration, and one of the reasons why you're here is because your story is a very inspirational story. Now, so Kobe, you got together with Ralph and you started. So you started at home.
At home.
So tell us the story. How were you getting the meat, and where were you getting the meat from, and how are you getting to do the right kind of processing, choose the right kind of products for sale?
Where we get the meat is one of the big companies. He is the one who started the work first.
Yeah.
He had.
I think there is a company on Kaswa Road called Sutrek.
Oh, Sutrek, yes.
He supplied
from Lume,
yes,
a Togolese company.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he was supplying.
He supplied those things.
Okay,
So
the processed meat.
Yes, please. So it's there we get the raw material. So it's there I start buying from small start.
And who are you selling to, Kobe?
Actually, when we were working for our boss, because sometimes we also get to follow most of the drivers when they are going on surprise.
Okay.
Yes, and after we decided to come together, in fact, I those days I intend to travel.
Right.
I decided to travel.
Oh, you wanted
out.
to go out of Ghana?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had a company at the United States of America at Kansas City,
Yeah.
who I wrote to.
All right.
That I wanted to get more knowledge in the meat processing department.
Yes.
And because they were also into the meat processing department, they gave me an invitation to attend one of their seminars.
Right.
Yeah, so I tried first and I was rejected.
All right. So you couldn't go. You didn't
I
get a
couldn't
visa.
go. I tried second time and I couldn't go again. So Ralph said, the way we are spending money trying to travel, why don't you let us come together and do something on our own? Meanwhile, when we were already there, we were trying to get some place to rent so that we can do our own thing.
Yeah.
So that we will leave our boss.
You're right.
Yes. But because we were not getting the place, and in fact, there's something big to say. Our boss was having a small machine.
Yeah.
And we spoke to one guy to get us
The
same machine.
All right.
So the guy got a machine somewhere. He told us that there was a machine. If we are interested, then we should go buy. And it was thousands cedis by then. So we contributed 500. Together, we gave it to the guy. He went to bring the machine to us. So from there, when the machine came, Ralph's wife was having a container which she wanted to use for hairdressing.
All right.
So we spoke to the wife that this is the case, the situation whereby we need a place to start on our own. Once we've gotten the machine, if she can give us the container for us to start on our own. So she accepted. And a long family of Ralph has a house at North Carnation, Swan Lake. That's where our business started.
All right.
So we took the container and placed it at that house. So we did everything over there to start.
How difficult was it, Ralph?
It was very difficult. To start a business is not easy.
Right.
Yes.
What were some of the problems you encountered?
The problem we faced when we started, within 3 months, we had a call from Food and Drug Board.
Yeah.
Say we are coming to our place
Yeah.
to see how our place is like.
Right.
I said, how? This job just started 3 months. Who will report us? We don't understand. So I told my brother, sorry, Food and Drug Board are calling me. At the end, we are on the way to going to Tema.
Okay.
So that they are very confused. Because I know this one came to your sister. It was easy. So we started from there. They said the thing they came to write for us to do. No, they came to stop us.
Yes.
So she come to the office. So we went to the office. That time when I said they came, they videoed the whole place. And they asked us, we ourselves, where we are working, is it fine for us? And so we don't have money. So that's why we are starting small. If God help us, we're able to get money, we'll do it fine. But it wasn't easy. That day, they took us to the headquarters to go and sign bond. So if you do not finish what they are asked you to do, then you have to close the place down.
They gave you some conditions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Kobe, were you able to fulfill the conditions?
But actually, you see, it was the right thing they were doing.
Yes, I know that. That is
Yeah.
legal.
So,
So you're
initially-
serving to people.
Yes, initially, they asked us to go register the company.
All right.
That was the first
Yep.
thing. So we went to the registrar general.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the name came. We should make it to Raphael and Kobe. That's how come the company name is Raf Cobb.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's Raf and Kobe.
Yeah, right.
Yes. So after the registration, they said we should register the company, and after the registration, we should call them. So after the registration, in fact, when you are dealing with government institutions, sometimes you need to be careful. So we didn't actually call. So they came back,
All right.
and it was really problematic because the
Right.
place wasn't conducive enough for meat processing.
Processing. Okay.
Yes, we know that at that time, but because there was no money, we couldn't do anything about it.
So you're just pushing ahead.
Yeah, you were just
regardless.
trying to push,
right.
you know. So we were being summoned to the FDA.
Yeah.
So we got there, and then one doctor assessed where the place we are working. If we saw that this thing, they put it on a screen like this, and we're watching.
Yeah.
And he asked whether the place was good enough for us to work in, if we can testify it ourselves, and we say, no, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And he said, so what's the way forward? It is either we stop and go look for something else to do, or we'll make sure we decorate the place to be conducive enough to be able to process meat over there. And he said, okay. So we were asked to go sign bond at the police station.
My God.
Yes. So they took us to
Headquarters.
the headquarters, Accra, police headquarters, and we signed a bond that we were going to make sure the place was good enough to produce
Do
meat.
the improvements.
Yes. So they we left, and then the little money that we had, we went to use it to do the necessary thing, you know. And after that, the money got finished. So there was nothing to start with again. So we have to go sit home.
So how do you get around that, Ralph? I'm going to ask you that question.
Fortunately for us, we had a friend
Okay.
from Kumasi.
Yeah.
So my brother who knows him, so he talked to him. He helped us with our little money. It's there we start with again. Yeah.
So you stayed in the container
Stay in a container.
after the FDA had come.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So from there, you see, the meat processing is something that's there's a set inside. Wherever people are, when we are working,
Yes.
Especially if you don't have gutters
Yeah,
around.
gutters.
Yes.
so
yeah.
they start worrying us.
Yeah, because you got to get rid of the
Yeah.
offal,
Yes.
the waste,
The
and
waste
the waste smells.
smells.
Yes.
So we have to locate from there to different place.
Okay.
So
So,
we go rent a store at the same place as Swan Lake.
yeah.
Is here we start. We start again. That's another second place we go start again. The same place, the same problem.
Yes, naturally.
You know, when we got there, we were thinking we've actually run away from FDA.
The
Because
second place.
they knew our old place.
Yes.
But for the new place, they won't be
No.
able to locate us again.
Oh, I
So they
see.
thought, we thought we've run
Yeah,
away
we
from
hide-
them, and
we
there's
hide
nothing
from
they
them.
Yes. So, in fact, the store was close to roadside, and there was a gutter in front.
I see.
Yes. So we started working, and one day we were just there, and we saw that a pickup car is coming. Before we realized, the pickup stopped in front of the store, and one of the guys who were living at where we were doing the sausage was inside the car. And he said FDA came there looking for us. So he has brought them here. In fact, we were so angry.
So you had the Abai.
We were so angry.
Yeah.
In fact, this guy could have told them, oh, they stopped producing the sausage. So why do you have to lead them here?
Right.
And then they came, and those two guys who came there were very good to us.
All right.
They were very, very good. In fact, just that I won't be able to mention their names, but
No,
they were very
would
good
like
to us.
to.
Yes. So they said they were going to help us to register the product. So actually, they gave me a letter, and they asked me to go to the FDA to go pay for the the registration fee. So I went there to pay for the registration fee, and the woman said she was going to help us to register. So fortunate for us, we were able to do one or two things, painted the place, and they helped us to do the registration, especially the product registration.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, this is ZFM 101.9, and I'm having a very interesting conversation here because there is a very good side to the story. One, I think that listeners will know that when you're setting up a business in Ghana, it's very difficult. And there are certain things that you have to do. You have to register your business, and you have to fulfill certain conditions in order to market whatever products you have. And in the case of Ralph Cobb Tasty Foods, they were dealing with meat processing. And meat processing, you know, is a very, very fragile kind of enterprise. If you don't do it well, you poison people and their health implications. And they're telling us of their stories. They had to do the abaye, run away from the abaye. They had to dodge certain situations and everything. But they persisted. So you persisted. You got your new place, and you said, and that was very good to hear, that FDA were very supportive.
Yes.
When you thought that they were going to make it difficult for you, they made it easier.
Yes.
And so you set up your second shop. And how did it go? Tell us a little bit about it before we play your second song.
Okay, so there I would say that was 2013, 2014.
Okay.
Where the doomsday was so strong to the extent that if you get light today, tomorrow you don't have light. And you know, our fridges were
Not strong enough.
not strong enough to contain the meat.
Oh, so
You know, when it comes to meat, sausage actually passes through a lot of process.
right.
It will pass through fire, hot water, but the moment it comes out, it doesn't like it
I
again.
see.
So our fridges were not good. So when the doomsday came,
Yeah.
we were close to industrial area, that particular site.
Right.
There was one line that it never goes off. I think it was supplying the industries around industrial area. So that particular line
Yeah.
don't go off.
Yeah.
So one day we sat down and we said, so if this particular line doesn't go off and we are always having problems with our line, then why don't you
Connect.
get somebody to connect this particular line for us? So we had a guy who also works at the ECG, and then we spoke to him, and then he agreed. So he made us bought some poles and other things, and then we gave him the money, and then he gave us that particular line. And after getting the line, our money got finished again, because that was all we had. It was,
Right.
in fact, it was actually 1,500. So when we gave him the money, we have to go sit home again.
So Ralph, every time he says you go sit home, then I'll ask you, how did you come back?
It's by grace.
All right. Yeah, not grace alone. Grace is always there, but what was the additional thing that grace got you to
What
do?
happened is that before we come back again, now we are with this bank, Opportunity Bank.
Right.
So we went to them and said they should give us loan. They agree.
Hey, that's lucky.
Now we start the processing. The day they're supposed to give us the money, they should bring the guarantor. That day they say we did not register with food and drug, so they cannot give us the money. That they nearly cry. because that's my last one. I know today, dear. I'll get this money. From that place, I'll walk, go home. That I was still at Blekuma.
Far away.
Far, far away. I was thinking, I was walking, I was confused. I don't know who I'll go to because my back don't get it. If people don't get, who will help us? Where are we going to start from again? And then my brother who came to sign for us, he said he had a bank, they give loan. So that day, I think you have 1,500.
1,000.
1,000, all right. So we give it to him, and he will put into his account, and they double the money for us. They give us 3,000.
And they actually, you see, Uncle, this thing, you know, no institution would like to give you money without knowing that you cannot pay.
You're right.
So that one, I didn't really blame the bank because we're not registered fully under FDA then.
Right.
So they said if you are not registered, that is, we have two registration at the FDA, the facility license and the product license. Yes. So if your facility is not licensed,
right,
you can be closed down at any time. So because our facility wasn't licensed, the bank said they were not going to give us the money. And we had 1,000 CDs on us. So that time, his brother who came that day to guarantee for us at the bank said he was with this bank, I think some credit union at Ashama.
Okay.
So we should get some money and give it to him. So like the 1,000 that we have, when we give it to him, he'll go and deposit the money and then apply for a loan. And then within 2 weeks, that we'll get 2,000.
Right.
So I realized that the 1,000 was too small. If he give us 2,000, it will not even be enough to get the meat. So that time, my wife was selling foods, let's say second-hand goods.
Yeah.
And she had her capital 500. So I went home and I said, she should give me 500. I want to use it for something. I will get back to her. So I added the 500 to the 1,000 and we gave it to his brother to go deposit the money for us. So after the deposit, we have to go back or go and struggle. He was following a painter and I was also following mason.
So you had to do work while you home.
Even together, it's not easy. I said, this way, even will be searching for you to come my way today. I'm looking for the when I was with people, they are watching me. I said, why are they watching me like that? I was shy. So they didn't come early.
So mason and carpenter. Before back to the anyway. Your story is a good story. I mean, I know it's coming along but it's inspirational because you know, you came from nowhere. You decided that this is what you're going to do. You met a lot of obstacles, and by the grace of God, as you said, you were helped. And also the fact that I'm hearing of a government institution being supportive, despite the fact that you had to do certain things. I'm very happy about it. What's the second song? Oh, Shatawali. Okay, that's my nephew. So.
Oh, wow.
Z 101.9 FM.
10 million lashes, but I no cry. 10 years burial, but I no die. Take what's rightfully mine. Take what's rightfully mine. But at aside, you don't know me, you for cuckoo. I say this head bigger than your duku. Stubborn academy, we like to shoot too. One bullet, I say chale, it go make you poo poo. On a bicycle, so take your trailer. And I'll be famous like Mali and the Whalers. I know they kiss us, fuck all your favors. Nobody bigger than God, Jehovah. You know go fi show me nothing. Bring horse, I go bring my tortoise. On God, me I promise. You go be the hour of the day. If you don't know, you for ask, stop rushing. This city, the sea need brushing. On God, me I promise. You go be the hour of the day. 20 million years, you know if you stop me. I am the news and I'll make you keep talking. How many years you want to block me? I'm like the air, you know if you catch me. This fucking beats me, I play 'em. Make I take fuck up some sellouts. Them be hungry things me, I say I day America, come fight me here now. So you know they see say people love me. You know see say I live in luxury. We know all of you, you be hungry for this industry. You know go fi show me nothing. Bring horse, I go bring my 30s. On God me, I promise. You go be there of the day. If you don't know,
It's your lifestyle, lurcher, and business radio.
On God me, I promise. You will be there of the day. Sabotage, then try sabotage. I know be your puppy, don't give me God. Agenda, everyday agenda. $5K for just my cigar. All of you know be hustlers. You know get orthopedic, better change your mattress. Send who you want, send, I go back to them. Check my records, me I know the lose. I know be industry boy. I dey repeat, I know be industry boy. So anything with me I say, I know they watch TV or radio. I say fuck your games. You know go be show.
101.9 FM.
I go bring my 30s.
ZFM 101.9, and the program on the air is I Have a Story to Tell. And today it's We Have a Story to Tell because I've got two young Ghanaian entrepreneurs, Ralph Jotokwa and Francis Konde. And they are directors of a company called Ralph Cobb Tasty Foods. And they make processed food sausages, which I think you can get in the shops and also in the kebab joints all throughout Accra. And they've been telling us their story, and it's a remarkable story because they came together working in a meat processing firm. They decided that they wanted to strike out on their own, and they started, and they had obstacles like where to have their process their meat. Was it conducive? And then the government institution, FDA, came in, tried to get them to walk along the straight and narrow. And they've been telling us their story, and it's an inspirational story. And I want young people out there to understand, because Francis did say that he really wanted to travel. And his partner, Raphael, told him, all the money that you're spending trying to get to America, we can use it to do work. So I think that is a point that we've been talking about over a lot of the programs on the air on this particular series. So there you were. You would manage to get a loan from credit union. And so tell us the story from there, Francis.
Okay. So we gave 15,000 to Ralph brother.
1,500.
That's 1,500. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he deposited the money. And 2 weeks time, as we were all doing our usual pongpo and then painting job, he called that the money was ready. In fact,
right.
that day.
I hope you didn't go and drink and put
No.
go and have a beer or something.
No. That day, in fact, it was as if they broke Bank of Ghana and gave the money to us, just 3,000 cedis.
Yeah.
So we organized ourselves again, and we went back to the factory, and we organized some meat, and we started.
So at that time, when you were doing all this, you had customers, didn't you?
Yes.
So when you stopped, what happened to your customers? Did they leave you?
Even getting customers is not easy.
Right.
Yes. But the first time you start, when you take the product to market, they'll say they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask them why. They won't tell you. They say they don't like it. So we came to see them. Why they don't like our product? So we decided to change the method.
Yes.
It was so good. The method changed. Then it click. The people start calling. Is it a dome sausage? He say, where do you locate? You say, we need your product. And I said, Charlie, I think I'm foul.
Okay, fine. So, all right, you. So when you got the money, you bought meat, and you started.
Yes.
All right. Now tell us the story from there.
and we were doing it, and still our fridges wasn't good enough. So sometimes you can produce the sausage today, keep it in the fridge, and the following day before you come, the sausage is swollen, spoiled. Yeah. So when you are if you don't really understand the nature of meat process, you would think it was he was trying to because how can you do sausage yesterday, keep it in the fridge, the following day is what?
Right.
So we were surprised, and then we kept on. We kept moving on with the little money that we had. So we got some money, and you know the loan was actually that we will be paying. We will pay the 3,000 for a year.
Right.
And the one that you deposited, after you finish paying, you can go for that your 1,500 because they double it. So if you finish paying, you go for what you deposited.
All right.
So we tried to pay for the first one.
Yeah.
And unfortunate for us, when we were about to finish paying, the machine that we were using got broke down.
So it wasn't easy at all.
And that is why I say Onyamia Yebi. Because when the machine broke down, we were not having anywhere to. In fact, the guy that repairs our machine said that because the motor has broke down, they won't be able to fix a new motor because they can't get a same motor. So that day we were, in fact, it was as if our life has come to an end. So uncle, when I got home and there was one man at Taifa who sells timber, and he has this machine, the one we wanted. So I got home and I said, no, I'll go to that man. So early in the morning, I went there, and before he came from the house, I was already sitting there. And he knows us because we bought a machine from him before.
Yeah.
Yes. So when he came to meet me over there, he asked, "Now, Kwabra na open dem waha." And I said, "Oh, Daddy, me ba unchen." Yes, I don't know if I can use the local language. What he said.
Yeah.
Say say one friend me say oba. I'm say oh. Say situation na me wom no. Ehun hia say me from ehia say me ba. I have to come. Yeah. I don't have to call you, so I'm here. Say okay. So he sat down and he asked, "So what brought you here?" I said, "Oh, that your machine, the idea you man say, intimbe mpacho, and untina minam." I said, "When I say me minya repairer."
So what you're saying is that you went to him because he has a machine.
Yeah, he has the machine,
like the one that is, and he went and told him that and he asked you why you were there, and you told him that. He said, "Why do you call me?" But I'll tell you honestly, when you want something desperate, you don't want to give the person advance money.
No.
You want to surprise him.
Yes.
So that's what happened. Okay, so yeah.
So he sat down and he said, "Okay, so what do you want me to do?" I said, "Oh, your machine here is the reason why I'm here."
Right.
So okay, it's 15,000. So I should bring the money and take it away. He's actually selling. I know he's selling it. I said, "Yes, I know." He said, "Then bring the money." I said, "Oh, I'm not here with money. In fact, I just came. I came to talk to you." He said, on what basis? Because you know I'm selling the machine. He said, "You are here." I said, "Yes. I'm here because our machine that broke down, we will not be able to repair it. And this is the only opportunity I think I can grab from you." And he said, "So what makes you think I'll give the machine to you?" I said, "Oh, in fact, I was having this kind of hope that when I come, you will give me the machine." He said, "You are not serious." Now, that was what he said. So, Daddy, Unim say, yeah, Papa knew say, one my machine, ye jumane aka. Unim say, ye see you may be a car, you may hunt me throw machine. Say, see, on our tongue, dear, give it to me. I say, oh, Debbie, and ye juma. Say, Ebia, the best he can do for me is if we can deposit half of the money.
Wow.
I say, that me say, machine would demand Mrs. Yakra say, yen faka and kwa, you can lorry for crown or the mammy. That's what I told him. He said, and you are not serious. Sorry, call. I'm so Daddy. We can go on terms with the machine so that once you've been having this machine here for a very long time and nobody's buying it. Yeah. So when you give it to us, we can actually work on it and then
be paying small. Yeah.
So he sat down. Grandpa. Unye serious crowd. What's what thing? I said, Daddy, my sword ding in my bami sell. Say okay. And yeah, what down for no way. My ombra and I attempts no say be out no be dancing. So I quickly came out and I called Ralph. Charlie, Mr. Frimpong said you should come. So he also came and we sat down and we agreed on the money monthly. And he called, in fact, it was as if God was pushing the man. He called the car that he should come and pick the machine for the for.
These are stories I like.
And in fact, I was so shocked. Say yes. There are certain things, if you want it, you need to be smart and bold. Yes. So he gave us the machine, and in fact, we took the machine to the workplace, and the following day, we called an engineer to come fix it for us, and we started working again.
I see. So it was a successful thing.
Yes.
I'd like to recap, because you spoke in truth.
Yeah, okay.
That your machine that you were using, the original machine, got spoiled. It couldn't be repaired, but you knew somebody who had a similar machine. You went to that person and you convinced that person to give you the machine. He was a little difficult, but you were able to get him to give you that machine on certain terms.
Sure.
And so you started work. He gave you the machine. He even helped you to transport the machine to your factory.
Yes.
And you started work.
Yes.
Well, it tells a story that there are good people in this land.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And your story, despite the fact that you had a lot of negatives, most of it was positive.
Sure.
Because you've talked about how you got together, the fact that your brother came and helped you with the loan, and that your wife, you had to go to your wife and take the money, and she didn't kick you out of the house. Did you pay her back the money?
She's enjoying it today.
Well, that's very good. So you started work. So you continued.
Yes.
Right. And tell us the story from there.
Actually, we were able to finish paying for the first loan that his brother got us.
Yes.
So from there, we're close to industrial area, so we got someone at food distribution.
Right.
So when the machine came, now that machine was a little bit bigger than the one we're using. So we started producing in a larger quantity.
All right. Now, we've been talking about the products, but I haven't really touched on the product. You were the ones producing what is called Adom sausage.
Adom sausage.
Yeah, which is the sausage that a lot of people do. Adom sausage.
Yeah.
The one that you give to the kebab sellers and everything. But I realized that Adom sausage, you had a base at Mother's Inn. Is that true?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. The Mother's Inn are actually our customers.
Oh, I see.
Those guys.
Oh, okay. There.
Yes, they are actually our customers that buy from us.
So you supply them the
we
sausages.
supply them the sausages.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, you're telling your story. It's a lovely story, so keep on.
So when we finished the first payment, we took 3,000 first. So later we decided to add 1,000 to this to the 3,000, so that we decided to deposit 2,000 now.
Yeah, yes.
And then about a week, 2 weeks time, he got us 4,000, right?
Right.
Yes. And that was where our breakthrough started.
Mm-hmm. And when you're talking about a breakthrough, how was it?
Yes. And, sausages, a product itself comes with a name.
Right.
Though you might brand it, but our customers are basically this, excuse me to say, Northerners, the kebab sellers.
Don't say excuse me to say, I'm part of the number myself.
Yeah, yes.
So, good on. Yes. They were not, most of them were not well educated.
Yes.
Basic work.
Yes.
All right.
So, if you are not, if you don't have a product that they can mention the name easily,
okay,
it becomes very difficult for them to buy.
Okay.
When we started, our name was the Rough Cup Tasty Food, and the product was Rough Cup. So the boys were not able to mention the name when they go to the cold stores to buy.
Okay.
So that was when FDA asked us to get a product name for the products.
All right. We
should separate the product name from the company name.
Okay.
Yes. So that is where one day when we were printing the label, the guy asked which name do we want to use. So the thing just came, Adom Sausage. We said he should use Adom Sausage. And when we put Adom Sausage on it, it was as if we made some magic on the product. Now people started calling us all over. In fact, we were surprised. Sometimes Ralph would say, what's happening? Because this person called. Now everybody can mention Adom. So the name became so easy to mention.
Right.
So we started working with the 4,000 that he got for us again, and things started moving on. So one day we were at the store when the woman who we rented the store from, she was in America. So she had somebody who usually come there to check on their house and other things. So the guy came to tell us that the woman said, when our time is up, she will not accept a renewal. So we should look for a new place. And that also brought another headache.
So how did you do that, Ralph?
From there to that, we went back to my brother.
Yes.
So he had to borrow the money for us again.
This is your brother, I have to see him.
So we decided to buy a land, plots.
Right.
That's 250 cities.
Yes.
So we decided any interest that will come on our
sales,
we start doing something on our land so that we move from here, because the pressure on us is too much. So
and it was left 6 months for this thing to expire.
So where was the land?
At
Kwabenya.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that particular, the 4,000 we were not able to finish paying before this problem started. Right. We told him that we want to pay off the 4,000 instantly. So we paid it off, and then we gave him 10,000 cedis to go deposit for us. So when he took the 10,000, we know that within 2 weeks I will get 20,000. So we started checking on lands. So we called somebody, and the person said he was going to get us half plot, 25,000 cedis.
Okay.
So the 10,000 actually yielded, and he brought us the 20,000. We went to pay for the land at Kwabenya.
All right.
And by the grace of God, we started working on the land. So from May, June, July to December, that was the end of our place. So we need to move from there. And God did marvelously well. In fact, we didn't know where the money were coming from, but we were able to finish the building within 6 months.
What kind of building was it?
It was a factory. We were building our factory. We thought that was the best.
But our mason, they don't know how we want.
Yes.
They build in self-contained.
Yes, they did it like a normal house that we were going to. Yes.
So we took the whole, start doing
the sausage inside.
Then we can't realize the place is too small. So from there we start gradually, and some go by.
But your story is a master class in business, because of the way you started. And I think that I hope our listeners are listening. That everybody thinks that when you're starting a business,
it's not easy.
It goes up and it goes down.
Yes.
The day that you think that you have conquered, then you meet something that was...
Yes. So it wasn't easy.
So you moved into your new premises in Kwabenya. And how long were you in Kwabenya?
6 years.
Yes, I think 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. So within the 6 years, you know, our customers have now become many. And the production has also increased. Yeah. So we decided to get a new place so that we can really structure good factory there. So we spoke to one of our mothers at Katapo, right? Called Antiagi. So she offered us a land, and we started paying little by little. Not really. She didn't take all the money. She said every month we can pay something, and we're able to finish the payment over there.
How big was the land?
That's 2 plots.
That's two plots. That's where we did a party.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So you got the 2 plots.
Yes.
So then you moved.
No,
we started the building. You know, after the first loan that we wanted to take from the that first bank that they couldn't.
Yeah.
So if not for the credit union side, we didn't actually want to go to any other bank for anything. So we were working on it on our own. The little that we get, we take it there to do something for about 2 years before we were able to finish where we are now. So
yeah, but all right. You say you were very busy. You were working, but was it easy for you to access the raw material for your meat processing, the meat and everything? Were you still using local meat and all that?
Yes, yes. You know, we have a company at Agogloshi that supplies our materials. That is what they do.
All right.
So those days when things were difficult for us, in fact, it was them that came to our aid. That they give us the products
on credit.
Yeah. And then within a week time we pay. And you know, our materials for the product is so many. We buy a lot of things, and they are very expensive, and they were not selling all. So the little that we get, we use it to buy the material that we will not be able to credit, and then we get the meat from them for the manufacturing.
So at that time, had you employed anybody, or there was just the two of you?
Oh,
we employed workers.
When the two of us did it to where the company people started calling us, we started getting some guys.
So you started training people?
Yes.
Some
of them know before they came.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I see. So then you were in Kwabenya for 6 years. You were building a factory at
Katapo
in Pokwasi.
Yes.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Sure.
What's the next music? Oh, Kofi, you've got all my people. Kofi Kunata too is also my boy. So you saw how he hugged me.
Oh
yeah.
101.9 FM.
Obini manga walukwa munkobi walutoma minyesiga bontobi ashade obini manga sama tu kofi with the prison mamulu zontoli tarado obini ankamielo lima mushishobi makama sama chile nupo minyobia onteo asemi kamielo lima mushishobi obi mabamunyu machile nupo minyobia onteo adubu nyanka erade nyanka adubu nyanka erade nyanka.
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Okuyanda sustili yengu waso anakume musu we makendi je adan musu we steady midama sustili wongu jadi wandu amiti wandu anagi say my yard that I want the white change na wale kanchi nyamadugu yado nasuni na entubu ambe se fide sufu we fide bubu makofi mulu cruising na metra savena irade nyawa waya ya mantasi nyawanka aushade nyawa shohinu bakwe nyawanka nyawanka adubu wila nyawanka nyawanka irade nyawanka mama mama aye bobi mamu antama aye bombe ya bobi makofiati mama aye bobi mamu antama aye bombe ya bobi makofiati mama walai mamenye uwae wa mama kani na chirawa wala mamenye uwae wa mama kani na chirawa wala senye binoyo sebo binoyo sambo binoyo oya semo ashiye ya na yele shami otanfuni di binyimno intokono kuti paka musu na so tanfuni yankura ya musume yankuna baba beti basam no de mulbokono finyi pande mama hawa ni fiabusian ucha hacha yendo
Z 101.9 FM.
Yes, that was Kofi Kinata telling us something very wise, because I have two very remarkable gentlemen in front of me on this program. I have a story to tell on ZFM 101.9. They are the directors of Ralph Cobb Tasty Foods. That's Raphael Jotope and Francis Kunde. And they've been telling us a marvelous story of how they started. Very simple gentlemen. They started very, very, very simply, working for somebody in meat processing. Then they broke out on their own. They went through a lot of travails, trials and tribulations in terms of getting the right kind of location for their factories and things like that. They had problems with their landlord. They had problems with the FDA, who later on turned around and started helping them. Then they moved from where they were in Swan Mill, which is in North Kanishi, and then they moved to Kwabenya. They were there for 6 years, and they've been telling us of the support they had from friends and family in order for them to keep their heads above water. And now they've hit the big time relatively, because they bought land for a factory which they've been building slowly. They've gone to a bank for a loan, and I'm going to ask Francis to continue the story. So you went to the bank that you didn't really want to go to because you've been looked after by a credit union, but you went to the bank. So what happened?
Well, after we, from Kwabenya, after we, this thing.
You finished the land?
Yes, from Kwabenya.
Yes.
The reason, the most pressing reason why we left Kwabenya was also the waste.
I see.
Because it was a new site, and there was no gutter run, Ghana. Yes, no gutter run. So we actually dug a manhole, and then when we produce, we make sure the drains go to the manhole, and if it gets full, we call these waste cars to come
and suck it up.
Suck it up. And I think every 3 days, right?
Twice in a week.
Yes, twice in a week. We have to pay 900 cedis for them to.
1,800.
Yes, 1,800. That's 900 per at this thing.
So your overheads were very high.
Yes,
very high.
Very high. Very, very high. So sometimes when the manhole is full up and you are not able to get the cars to come suck it out, the water rather come out, and in fact the area it becomes war.
Then you become the enemies of your neighbors.
Sausage wastewater itself, in fact, it's not something that
is pleasant.
No. So in fact, when it happens like that, we also get worried, because how can you be producing something, and others house, your neighbors will be suffering from what your production.
Yes.
So it became
how
something.
You're making your money is giving discomfort to others.
Yeah, to others.
Yeah.
So we say if that's the case, then we should move. We should look for a place out.
Yeah.
That's where we decided to look for Catapult.
All right.
And now I think when you come to Catapult, we were able to structure the whole thing to the extent that
So
now
recycle the waste.
yes, our waste, we did the biogas over there.
Really?
So yes. Yeah. So in fact, it took us a very long time to finish that place, constructing a biogas so that the waste will not be smelling outside. So
and the biogas gives you electricity.
It gives us gas.
Wow.
Yes, it gives a gas.
All right. So
And
tell us about Catapult. So your movement. So you moved, and
yes.
It's a new factory. So how did you source funds for the machinery?
Before you had to move from them, then we got the machines. We bought the machine from friends, put down for the particular company. So we got the machine put down before we move to the new factory.
Yes, we had one man who brought a machine that we spoke to him, and then we bought it from him. And the old ones that we were using at Kwabenya we were able to take some there to start. By the grace of God, now we have the best of the machines that we went to China to go get them from.
But do you still source your raw materials from locally, or you get raw materials?
Yes, not. I think we still source from local and also import.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think we were there one day when the white man called us that he have seen our listing online, and he wanted us to do business.
All right.
And because of fraudulent issues and other things, the man said we should send him money so he would get us the material. I said, what?
We don't know you.
You don't know
we don't know you. We want you to send money.
We don't know you. You don't know us.
Yeah. So how do you solve that problem?
So we spoke to him that, in fact, where we are at Kwabenya then, the place wasn't conducive enough. So we are building a new factory, and we should wait when we are able to finish the new factory. Then we can start planning for him to supply us. So one time he came down and he called us that he's in Ghana.
Good.
So he wanted to come to the place. We were still at Kwabenya.
Right.
So he came there and he said he wanted to go and see the new factory. So when we took him there, and he was impressed, because knowing where we are working at Kwabenya and coming to a new place like this, he realized that we were serious. We were not joking. So he said now he will finance the thing himself. He will bring it to us when we finish, that we pay him. So he got us one of the materials, and it was about 13,000 euros. So within 2 weeks' time, we were able to raise the money, and we gave it to him, and that was all. He realized that we were faithful. We were not going to mess up with his money. So he started giving us the thing. So when he bring his own and it's finished, then we source locally. Yes. So up to now, we still take from the local supplier, and then we take some from him as well.
And how many workers do you have now?
That workers 42.
Yes.
42 workers.
Yeah, 42.
So you are a big employer, a relatively big employer. And your employees, they live around Catapult?
Yes. Some of them live at Catapult, some at
Dome and Kwabenya.
Yeah, most of them from Dome and Kwabenya.
This is a fantastic story. So now that you are you know, on your feet, have you been able to travel out?
Oh, yes.
So where have you been, Francis? Because you said you wanted to go to America.
Now, we went to South
Africa
Africa last year.
Yeah.
That was our first. In fact, this time we are not able to travel again.
Why?
And the second we went to China because of the machine.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
we actually went to China because of the machines.
How
But
did-
for the South Africa, we went there for,
Yes, for-
pleasure, just to go see how the place is.
And did you enjoy it?
Oh yes, actually, we did.
And so how did you get in touch with China? How did you get?
When we started to buy the machine,
Yeah.
We saw them
on
on
the net.
on social media,
Right.
Facebook,
the machine.
the machine.
So we said we are interested.
So we wrote to them that we are interested in this machine, and they gave us the quotations to pay. And there to, you know, they gave us the account number, everything for us to pay. We say, what? So what if we pay and you don't see you again?
That's right.
So we told the woman that no, we want to visit the company ourselves and then see if indeed it is true. So he gave us invitation and then we worked out for the visa. And we went. And actually, it was a big move. Because when we got there, we realized that the machine that we saw on the internet, rather, we don't really need that one. We need different ones.
Really?
Oh yes.
And how do you find China? Did you enjoy it?
Oh yes, China is a nice place. If you go, you will never love to come back to Ghana.
You
Hey, don't tell me that.
I'll tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, true speaking. I reached China, I feel sad for Ghana.
So really? Okay.
Well, you know yourself. You know how outside is. Even South Africa itself alone is not.
Me, I'm strong about Ghana. Oh. Whether we have got to make it
Oh yes.
better. So
Yes.
yeah,
I'm proud of Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
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 And
I'm just asking. I've been happy to China sometimes.
oh yes.
Yeah,
So.
I know,
Oh,
And
China
South
is a nice place.
It's a nice place.
It's a nice place, and they are very good. Especially the person we went to. In fact, their hospitality, you know, they are very good. So we did business together, and then we actually bought enough machines. Yes,
Yeah.
and we still even have one over there that we are yet to ship
That's
to
great.
Ghana. Yes.
This is ZFM 101.9. The program on the air is I Have a Story to Tell. And in this case, we have a story to tell because I have got two remarkable gentlemen, Raphael and Francis, who are the directors and owners of Raf Cobb Tasty Foods. And they are the ones who produce what is called the famous Adam sausage, which I think all of us have tasted. And they've been telling us their stories or their story of how they started and what they went through and all that. And where we've gotten to is that they now have a factory at a place called Katapor, which is near Pokwasi. And it's a modern factory with 42 employees. But it is not about their business, but it's the story of the journey to where they've gotten to. Now, I want to ask you, what has made you so, because I see that you are all very adamant, you are determined, you don't let anything push
Yes.
you back. What is that drives you to this? What has made you what you are now? Tell us.
I can say-
Because it's not a Kweli.
Oh no. I can say it's from my father.
All right,
My
tell
father
me.
is a very strong man, a straight, very hard-working man.
What was your father like? What was he?
My father is he have passed away.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
May his soul rest in peace.
Amen. He taught us to do hard work, no matter what. One thing I hate about somebody who discourage me when I'm do something, he say we can't do it. You are not going to be my friend. But when I got my brother, anything that we discuss, he also supports. He also bring idea, and I said no, this guy, I think we can move together.
You know, the story of Z is about, we call it LLP, lifestyle, leisure, and business. And your story, however simply is being told, is about that. And that's why I brought you on board.
Yes, please.
And I'm sure my boss, Nana Safu Kantaka, will be very, very happy to meet you after the program. Because, you know, you embody what we're talking about, lifestyle, leisure, and business.
Yes.
So you're saying that your father was the one who instilled in you that discipline.
Yes.
What about you, Francis?
One thing is, you know, sometimes when you sit down and you cast your mind back and there's nobody to push you, you tend to do it yourself. You see, sometimes maybe when you have somebody and the person will push you, then you can relax. But if you cast your mind back, you watch back and there's nobody standing, you need to stand yourself. So, like what Ralph is saying, I'm one type of, I don't have enemies. The only enemy I have is somebody to tell me that you can't do this. Then you become my enemy complete. Allow me to do it. If I'm not able to do it, I get back. Don't discourage me.
But you have to admit that apart from God's grace, which is very, very important to people like us who believe in God and are prayerful,
yes,
you also have been lucky in having the right kind of people around you.
Yes.
Naturally, I know people will try and discourage you.
Oh,
but
yes.
you had a wife who put her money where her mouth is.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You had a cousin who spent time, because there are very few people who do that.
You can imagine Ralph's wife, the container she wanted to start her hairdressing with. Give it to us.
Yes.
So it's like you don't have anybody anywhere. You need to fight yourself.
Yes.
And we realized that the work, where we were working, our former boss, in fact, it was not a bad business, though. You know, we were seeing him getting those kind of things. So he said, no, if he's not losing, that means it's a good business. We need to push further. Sometimes you know, when those days there's no money, you will sit down and be talking and we'll ask ourselves, why do we even have to choose this business? Because a business without money, you can't. Our business, if you don't have money, you can't.
I like
do
the part of you going to be a mason and that's a story you should tell.
Yes. If you don't have money, you can't do it. So sometimes we sit down. Those days we can come and sit in front of the store where we rented first, and we'll be asking ourselves, so why did we choose this business? Because you don't have anybody to give you money. And if there's no money, you can't buy materials to work. But I think there's one thing I realized, that sometimes God don't really push people to you to help you. He wants you to struggle yourself so that you don't give his glory to human being. That is how I see that thing. He will never allow, he will restrict people who one day say, oh, it is because of me that he got there. Yeah. He will not allow those people to get closer to you when he has something big for you. Yes. So that is how
the glory of God.
Yes. So all the time you need to give him his glory, because where we are right now, I can say nobody can stand somewhere and say, oh, these guys and then me I come and do her. No. You see, so we tend to always say we glorify God for where we are right now.
Now, you are two businessmen. You've been struggling for years to get to where you are. Right now in Ghana, we have a lot of Ghanaians who want to go out of the country. They feel there's no hope here. They want to go to the States, they want to go to Britain, they want to go to different parts of Europe, anywhere but Ghana. And, you know, people like me who are a little older and have lived here, have gone out and come back, know that Ghana is a great place to do business. But you need something, all right? And so what kind of advice would you give to the young ones? Because naturally, I'm sure you have young people working for you. what kind of advice would you give to them?
To me right now, the advice I used to give to my workers right now, we have been telling them this is how it will also start. So the little that your boss have been giving to you, make sure you save it. And your vision, maybe you don't make your money to work here. What your vision you have in the future you wanted to do, the money we are paying you, try to save some towards what you want to become in your future. That's the advice we used to give. Don't spend it on unnecessary things. All the time, anyone that gets closer to me, that's the advice I used to give to them.
That the Europeans call it thrift, where you keep money for a rainy day. Yeah. Yes. What about you, Francis?
Well, that is what I've also been telling them. You know, sometimes they themselves, our workers used to ask how we got here. Because looking at the story we just told, and the money that we were having, the little that we used to get, if we were spending them unnecessarily, maybe we wouldn't have gotten to where we are. So we actually have that habit of saving. And sometimes those days we used to buy, how do you call it, tea bread with margarine, and we buy water. And then we keep it up to 12 o'clock. You eat the tea bread, you drink the water, you start work again. Yes, but the money that you have, it has a purpose. You need to get materials for it. So I've been telling them, one of the best things for everyone is to save. Savings.
What about the other word that you haven't mentioned? Discipline.
Discipline. Sure, because we were disciplined in terms of our money handling. We don't want to. Yes, you see, one thing I realize is the youth these days, we don't really love to work hard, but we like quick money. And I don't think there's any magic that can give money than work. You see, and sometimes I tell my workers that I know most of you are much a future billionaires more than we are. Yeah. But the only thing is for you to save towards what you want to do and be disciplined. If you don't do that, the little that you get, you spend it knowing that maybe tomorrow I'll get paid. Every day you'll be eating your egg and you will not have some to hash. So that is actually the advice we used to give them. And most of the workers we have right now, I can say they are people that listens. You know, when we travel like this, we had our manager and 3 other people over there taking care of the business. We were not there, but everything that was coming, we had about 2 containers or something like that when we traveled to China, and they were able to work towards it and pay for the container before we returned.
So so how do you engender? How do you make workers loyal to you? What is the secret?
Yes, you know, when you're working with somebody, you have to be free with the workers. Don't be hard on them. We give them so many opportunities that will make them happy. Our product, we allow you to get market, come and take it, go and sell, and give commission.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
That makes them to also feel happy.
That they have a certain pride in the product.
Yes.
They can go and sell it.
Yes.
And when they sell it, they know they're going to get something out of it.
So you just go and look for your customer. When you come, the product is there. You will give it to you with this thing, a certain price. Then when you go and sell it at the normal price that we have on the market, you have a commission on it. So it's about you going out there to get somebody. Yeah. The moment you get the person, you come for it, you get your commission, and after that, your salary. One thing is, you see, when you delay workers' salary, your workers realize that the product that we did got finished. Yeah. You sold the product. It is not as if the product is lying down. Yet you are not able to pay us. Wow. That is something that.
So you are also careful in how you spend your money.
Yes.
Because you know that you've got a responsibility.
Yes.
So you don't waste 2 days before you pay them. The
No.
moment the month end, no, you pay.
Yes. And
the account.
we have cafeteria over there. We feed them freely.
I see.
Yeah.
Free food.
Yeah, free food.
So what do you give them?
What they demand.
What they want to eat.
So
Banku, rice, peas,
everything, anything that we have a cook over there.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a cook who cooks for them.
The shifts. Do you work in shifts?
And we don't work in shift. That is what we are planning to
right now.
do now,
Yeah.
because we started producing the chicken sausages. You know, the one that we normally do is the big ones.
Yeah.
The beef sausage, the one that they roast, the kebab guys roast. Yes. Yeah. So we've started with the small ones too.
The house builder.
Yes. Okay. And when the demand is coming, we know it will come big. So when that happens, we need to get different workers for that, because these particular ones, they get tired, and when you ask them to do more than what they are supposed to do, it becomes a burden on them. So we need to get a shift system for it. So we are also waiting for 24 hours economy.
Okay, that's another thing that we'll talk about. The music. What is it? Behind the scenes. Selection by Raphael and Francis Hopner. My name.
Z 101.9 FM.
The hustle and a pa on your ability to I had the end and be maybe she says, 1 year you man did Intina Million and dance so make a baby, you know, I don't name it better than I'm a winning yard. I go to win some as you see what you walk academy in the menke or the way you with the phone. So the phone pack is in your phone. I want to guide you. See what you walk academy in the menke or the way you with the phone. So the phone pack is in your phone. I want to guide you. Charlie, my man, when I'm American, I am in America. Hey, I'm going to move some yelling in Anayaka. It's but they must have been in Yamina. I am sent to the name. Hustle a mini baby da. Some yard part to the Yamina was some yard out over Yamia. Once you get sick of a heart trick, no, you're over Yamia. What's the best you go get? Mama. As you see, what you walk academy in the Pinamente or the way you on the phone. So the phone pack is your phone. I want to guide you. This is what you walk academy in the Pinamente or the way you on the phone. So the phone pack is your phone. I want to guide you.
Z 101.9 FM.
Your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Messi, Messi, Shaba, Fawahano, Oguana, Kama Fradato. Not to say, what you got a baby,
FM.
ZFM 101.9. The program on the air is I Have a Story to Tell. As I said, it's a different thing today because we have a story to tell. I've got two engaging young men here, Raphael and Francis. They're the directors of Raf Cobb Tasty Foods. They produce Adam sausage. And they've been telling us about their journey from when they started off working for somebody, went to Swan Mill, went to Kwabeja. Now they have a factory, a modern factory in Katapo, which is near Pokwasi. It's in the valley of the Ekwapim Mountains. I've been there and I've seen it, and I've seen them working. They've got 42 employees. They've been telling us about their management style. They make sure that their workers get paid. They make sure that their workers participate in the selling of their products. And they've been talking about engendering loyalty. What I want to ask you is that you are family men. You all have families.
Yes.
And how do you cope? Because you spend such a long time at the factory. But how do you cope with the wife and children? How do they feel about the work that you do? Because I know that it is very difficult.
It is true. Sometimes when you got home, women, you know, they ask you.
I won't say anything because I've got a woman in the house.
Oh yes, I'm still my side.
I don't want to be trouble.
They'll say to you, well, you are late. So it's because of the work. Oh, you know the work. This is how it is. You have to make sure you finish the work before you have to leave. The workers have to go before you have to leave. You can't leave your work and come home like that.
Yeah.
And the way our work it is, you have to make sure everything is in order. We can leave and the light go off. Nobody is there to own the plant. You have to make sure all those things done. And our house to the factory too is not far.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So if you think you don't believe what I'm saying, you can come and see. You don't go anywhere. We're in a company.
So, Francis, what about you?
Same way. You know, when we get to around 8, 9, then they will tell you, hey, as for today, dear, it will rain. Oh, you've come early. That's about, yes, because we don't actually go home early. Sometime 11, 12. Because the meat processing, it takes some stages before it gets to the last, that's the cold room.
Yeah.
And our workers are also hardworking, to be frank. If they are listening to us this evening, I say, are you cool to them?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you see, sometimes, even around 9, 8, 10, 11,
Yes.
the workers will still be there packing. And you can see the zeal, in fact, the happiness
Yes. They are taking work.
they use in working. You don't come there and hear them murmuring or whatever. No, they don't do that. In fact, they contribute their quota to the work. They make sure they do everything they're supposed to do to get the company moving. So sometimes you can imagine workers will be leaving around 11:30, 12. And what about you, the manager?
Yes.
Will you be there or you will be home? You have to be there.
So they see that you are participating in their
Yes. So you can't just go home and sit and go and sleep and your workers will be there working. Meanwhile, if the product gets spoiled, you'll be the one to pay for it.
And it is something that we create
Yes.
for the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah. You were talking about the fridge, the bad fridge.
Yes.
So how have you solved the problem now?
Yes, the bad fridge actually affected our coming up financially.
Yeah.
So I think there's a cool store at North. In that top, yes, North Kanechi there.
That's right.
That's food distribution.
Right.
So when those days, we went to the place and we met a man and we told him our products always get spoiled. So can you get us a place so that when we produce, we'll bring it for you to keep it for us?
I see.
And he said yes. So when we finish the production in the evening, we take a car and we send it to them and they keep it for us. So the following day, by the grace of God, we get the market and they will go and pick it. So, but for now, by the grace of God, we were able to do a small cold store. When we got to Kwabenya, we were having a small cold store inside the factory. So from there, we keep it inside. But by the grace of now, we have about 3 cold stores inside the factory.
That's super.
We have about 3 big ones.
Okay, that's good. So now you don't have a problem with the coal. And then you've got your biogas, so you have gas for firing and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned an institution, the FDA. What is your relationship now with the FDA?
Very good.
Very good.
Tell us about it. Because it's sometimes nice to hear
yes.
good things about government institutions instead
yes.
of complaints.
You see, one thing about the FDA is that when they come to your facility, they make sure they teach you to do the right thing. And I think everybody also wants the best for himself. So if this is what they want us to do, they write the things they want, they'll be demanding for us to change in the factory. They write everything and they give us time to implement them. So when we finish, we call them and they come back, and then the facility licenses will be issued to you. They've been very good to us. In fact, we can't say much now, but
when they give you that they say that we did it, they're happy.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we approve.
They give you conditions.
The conditions.
So there's a checklist.
Yes.
So how often do they come to check on your?
It's the facility license is yearly basis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So maybe, let's say by this time, when our facility license is expired, we write to them that our license is expired. So they will come and then check everything. If everything is in order, then they issue us a new facility license.
And what about the assemblies? Do you have any relationship with the district assemblies and the municipal assemblies?
Yes. That's the AMA.
Yeah.
Yes. They also come around to give us food 100 certificate for the workers.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So they take blood samples.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes. And take it to the lab.
So you can be assured that the products come under very hygienic.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
So they take blood samples and things like that.
Yeah, they take blood samples and then they take it to the lab, and then after they finish the lab and everything is okay, they give us food 100 certificate for all the workers. And then FDA like this, before they give you the license, you need to take the product to and if our water like this, we take it to the water research for them to certify it.
Okay.
And
your water is from a borehole?
Yes, a borehole. So they certify the water, give you the certificate as to whether it is satisfied or not. So we do all those things, and FDA to take the product to food research. They also do their thing, and then they give a certificate
you
to
deal
that.
a lot with the government institutions.
Oh, yes.
I'm asking these questions because a lot of Ghanaians just think that there are some organizations in Ghana that don't do anything. But you now realize that food research is important.
Very important.
Water research is important.
Very, very important.
PMA in terms of food handling is important. FD is important and all that.
You know, if you are not in that sector, you will not realize their importance. Yes, but when you start those kind of things, you realize that yes, they are really working. You know, sometimes people sit back and say, "Oh, FDA." Oh, But in fact, on the record, I'm saying it today. They will never take a penny from you when they come.
You're not doing the right
When you are not doing the right, they will never take a penny from you. If you try bribing them, they will tell you use their money to fix
what
they're asking you to do. In fact, the FDA, they are really working and they've been helpful. Nobody should be afraid in case they come to your office or whatever. They are only there to help, and they've really helped us.
Okay, now let's get to your products. So how do you distribute your products? Which are the locations? Naturally, Accra is a very busy place. So what do you do?
Oh, to be frank, Accra, we conquer Accra.
You conquer Accra?
Oh, yes.
So when you say you conquer Accra,
it's because competition. We have competitors.
Right.
Maybe not Accra alone.
Not Accra alone. In fact, we supply Kumasi, Bolga, Takwa.
So do you have refrigerated trucks to take your products?
Yes, we have a delivery van, and it is free delivery.
Oh, I see.
Within Accra.
Okay.
Free delivery anywhere.
But Kumasi, they come in and come and buy.
Yes, and take it away.
Bolga
Yes, Bolga, we meet them at them and give it to them when they are coming. Yes. So our product is everywhere. Cool stores, Kaneshin, Madina, Nungwa, Teshin, Tema, Ashama, everywhere.
So you supply to cold stores?
Yes, we supply to cold stores.
Yeah. So this is ZFM 101.9. The program is I Have a Story to Tell. My guests today are Raphael Jotokwe and Francis Kunde, also known as Kobna. I'll always say the Kobna because I'm a Kobna too. So if I put another copy and they've been talking to us about their journey, and it's not about their products per se, but the determination, the daring do that they had in starting from nothing and coming to become entrepreneurs of a certain standard, employing 42 people. And I see that you do a lot of community work in Katapon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so what kind of community work do you do? The outreach and all that? Because the last time I was there, I saw a lot of...
When we went to that place, the road was rough. We were going to buy the gravels to fill the front there. When it rains, the water that passes there is not easy. Just food. I think that is your sister.
Yes,
right.
Just food.
Yeah.
Last time it rained, so just lucky, like what will break. So lucky she bought a gravel filling for, but still. So we decided to take how do you call it? This kind of excavator.
The excavator.
To dig the gutter from our place and clean the gutter inside. So when it rains again, it doesn't come out to cross the road again. And we fill the front of our place.
And how do your neighbors, how do they like the fact that you are there? Because I don't think now you don't have a problem with waste.
Sometimes they don't mind. Whoever do it, they don't care. They will just pass through. They won't ask you anything. Oh brother, can I help you with some small money? They won't ask you. You have get your money. You are doing what you are doing. But
we have also helped with community employment, and then let's say you see the place, because the place is also a new place. Once we are always there, it has also saved our security measures too, because we have a security man who always watch around. So during night and other things, people do not really have this thing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
And street light is also there.
So there's a lot of community interaction, and are you happy?
Oh, like how?
I'm just saying, you are happy now.
Yes, we are happy. Yes.
We are really happy. But God has done enough.
He has done a lot
yes,
for us.
Has done enough. We don't really have anything to even complain about again. Sometimes when it becomes like that, you become selfish.
I hope you don't become selfish. I hope you continue as you are.
Oh,
Yes.
You've talked so much about how you came about it, the obstacles you had, and you've talked about the way to manage staff. Staff satisfaction is very, very important.
Yeah.
Your community outreach too is very, very important. You've talked about your family, that they're happy with you. You are able to circumvent all those little problems and all that. So, your company, where do you see your company in the next few years? Where are you going from here, from where you are now? Now you've got a factory. Now your products are doing well. Where are you going from here? Tell Ghanaians.
Right now, though you will still be there, but we would like to expound it a little. We want to expound it.
So when you say expand, more products,
More
different products?
Yes,
Different
yes.
products,
Different
and
products.
we are looking forward to supply across Africa, West Africa. We want to go to Togo, Burkina Faso. That is our vision now. We want to supply across West Africa. And by the grace of God, we had so many calls from Burkina Faso for the supply, but just that the restrictions on the borders and other things has really delayed the process. But we are working towards it, so that you need to get documents from FDA as well, crossing the border with the food and other things. So we'll be working towards that in the near future.
That's great. Music? No, sorry. From Ralph
101
and Francis.
Z 101.9 FM. 101.9 FM. Z 101.9 FM.
I have a story to tell. And today is we have a story to tell because I had Raphael Jotekpe and Francis Kobi Kunde. And they are the directors of Raf Cub Tasty Foods. They are the makers of Adam Sausage, which is one of the popular sausage brands in Ghana. They've gone out, they've set up a factory, and the story has been how they set up the factory. And they've also given us insights into the dealings with government institutions, how to deal with your staff in terms of staff satisfaction, correct business practices, and all that through their own struggles and travails. It's been a very, very interesting program tonight. And it's good because I have a story to tell as well, people telling us their stories to inspire others that all is not that bad, and that with determination, discipline, and they also said thrift. That means we've got to learn how to save if we've got a vision and if we've got ambitions. So these things are very, very important, and that's what they've been telling us on I Have a Story to Tell. It's been very interesting. A last word from you. I'd like you to say something to Ghanaians. A nice word to Ghanaians. Your personal, a nice personal opinion or personal thing to say. Advice, yes.
Well, what I have to say to tell the Ghanaians, we have a lot of work in Ghana here. We can start with our own. There's a money in Ghana. When, I don't want to say right now. You can start in a small way. Be faithful to yourself. And the little that you have, don't spend it anyhow you like. Know how to save money. To improve the work that you are doing, there's a lot of people selling tomatoes, and what they will buy with their money, it is not necessary to buy. You can't afford for kente. Kente is very expensive. But you will afford it for kente. Instead to buy this local cloth and be managing, because Akos wear kente, by force you want to wear kente. Your level is not there. Don't compare yourself to somebody. Do what can help you. Don't do what cannot help you, or you want people to see you say, yeah, you are top. No, you haven't reached there yet. God's time is the best.
Thank you. Thank you. And what about you, Francis?
I will only add up to what he said. You know, life, we are all fighting to get to the top. Don't be discouraged by whatever that comes your way as an entrepreneur.
You've got to be determined.
Yes, be determined to do whatever you love, and you must be able to love what you are doing. You understand? If you think, how do you call it? Farming is what I want to do. Don't be discouraged by what people will say. Oh, as for farming, there's no. Just be focused and be determined. And once you are focused and determined, your goals will be reached.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very, very proud and honored and privileged to have had you in the studio on I Have a Story to Tell. I wish you all the best in your endeavors, and I want you to soar and make Ghana proud by selling your products all over Ghana. On this note, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to say to the listeners out there, it's been I Have a Story to Tell with Raphael Jotekpe and Francis Kobina Kunde, who are the directors of Raf Cub Tasty Foods in Katapo, near Pokwasi, the producers of Adom sausages, and they've been here talking to us about how to make it in Ghana. And on this note, I'd like to say good night. Let's have a session next week, same time, on the same channel, ZFM 101.9. This is your host, Fritz BAFFOUR, saying goodbye. And to round off, we're going to play Sikaye Moja as a round off. Good night and have a wonderful evening. And I'd like to say happy Easter to everybody out there.
Happy Easter to all.
101.9 FM.